How you guys doing out there today? This is Trey with Real Property Engagement. Don't forget this is a commitment host obligation for me to you. Today we're gonna go over three ways. Ask what ways to make money in real estate. Any state without a license, right away. Right? These two ways, one of them you could actually make passive income, and but both of them primarily are two for sure ways you can jump in the game, and make some money in the real estate world, all right, in your state, all right, without a license, all right, with no cash or credit, all right. So we're gonna talk about these things, and here we're gonna go over wholesaling and subleasing outside on a small whiteboard, all right. So it's not gonna be too long, guys, because of course I'm always a little bit busy, right? But I'm gonna check in with you guys, with my Real Property Engagement family, and anybody who's interested in this topic and this information. All right. So first we're gonna go over wholesaling and just the whole setup behind wholesaling, and just kind of the do's, the ins and outs. All right. So wholesaling pretty much is when a person goes, which is a bird dog, a real estate bird dog, a person who finds good deals, goes out there and they scan the market, right? Certain areas, and they evaluate a lot of properties, and they find a property with a lot of equity left there, right? Meaning that the sales price is way under what the market value is. So a person can come right in, an investor or a home buyer can come right in and purchase this home from this motivated seller. And the motivated seller can be a landlord, it can be so many different homeowners, senior citizen. A motivated seller can be anyone, right? And so that person comes in and purchases that home for way under the market value. So say if the home was $100,000, the potential wholesaler comes in and purchases the home and gets it up under a contract, if you will, right? Gets it up under contract and gains control of it on a 30% to 60% under the market value. So that same house that we were talking about, that was roughly $100,000. Let's say the wholesaler comes in and purchases it at around $60,000. Okay, and so with that being said, at $60K, now the wholesaler can come right back, put that property under a contract, and assign that contract, or add an addendum to a regular purchase agreement, which is an attachment, pretty much carrying a clause saying that you could easily assign that to another buyer, your buyer on your buyer's end. Okay, so the biggest thing in this equation is finding that deal with equity. All right, knowing
Get over here.
Excuse me, guys, my neighbors.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Get over here.
Okay, so that was a check. That's how you guys know this was live. All right, so back to the wholesaling situation. I'm not gonna even waste my time cutting that out. That was pretty funny. So we'll just keep that in there. Back to the wholesaling. So you found a house with a lot of equity there. It was for $100K, and you got it up under contract for $60K. Okay, so after you get it under that contract for that $60K, you reassign it to someone else for roughly 60, 65, 70, 80. You play with the numbers, and it's all on how much you want back or how much you're charging as that wholesaler. So you're pretty much selling a note, a contract. That's what you're selling. That's what you're wholesaling. Because in that transaction, you didn't even need $1. Okay, you didn't even need good credit. All you needed to know was is how to find a good deal, right? How to negotiate, a motivated seller down, okay? And how to put it under contract, gain that control, and reassign it to the actual end buyer. These steps are pretty much put together with other services out there. You got title companies, you got title attorneys, and things of that nature who will just help you out, hold your hand along the way. So here we go, a little drawing analogy here. You got a person. Okay, you got the contract. Okay, and that person is gonna assign that contract to someone else. Okay, let's just keep it based off of our scenario. Seller, or the person that goes and finds the deal from the seller, gets it up under the contract. Right? So he can be called the wholesaler, and then this guy here can be called B. B for buyer. Okay. All right. Now, back to that scenario. So, value at 100K. You purchased it for 60. Okay. Purchased it for 60. And you wholesale it for 7. And you made 10. Okay. So, right here, market value 100K, purchased it for 60, and you wholesaled it for 70, and you made 10. So that's that spread. That's the spread that was there. The 10 and the 6. You sold it for 7 and got 10. So you could have sold it for 15 or 20, but you just decided to lowball it and leave room for this other investor that purchased it. 70. That's another thing you want to do. You want to make sure you leave room for somebody else, another person to bring it in. So that's wholesaling. And we're going to now go to sublease. Sublease. Okay. So subleasing is pretty much another creative way of going in and getting fast cash out of the game, no matter what state. Okay. No matter your credit situation or even money in the bank, all these other things, all these other intangibles don't matter at all. So, subleasing, here we got a person again, which is you. You find a house that's already for rent to own, preferably. And what you do is you go and you negotiate a deal with the landlord, all right? And so you talk to the landlord and you say, hey, I see you got this 3-2. And you're asking, 80K. You're asking 80K for this 3-2. Now, I'm willing to give you the entire 80K through a more seller finance option or rent to own option. Okay, so you put it up under a lease. Right? So you gotta releasing this house, it's 3-2 for 80K. And now the owner wants a percentage down. Okay, so let's just say the guy wants 3% down. Let's just say he wants 3% down. Alright, so we'll do the math on that really quick. On my cell phone here. We'll do the math on that. Get all the exact numbers. he wants a whopping $2,400 down. All right, so you got to give him that. And monthly, he's asking for $800. All right. Now you got breaking that $800 down, and I'll let you guys look into that as well. So breaking that $800 down, you and this landlord came to an agreement that about $600 of that is going to go towards the principal, and the other $200 is going to go towards taxes and insurance. Now these three things are going to be kind of incorporated with the $800 already, so you don't got to worry about paying that extra. But he wants this monthly. $600 is going to go towards the principal, so just keep that in mind. I'll put 8 down, but just keep that in mind. And then from there, you go back. Now I'm gonna draw a note. That note has that agreement, the agreements we just went over. Now you go back and find a tenant buyer, right? Somebody who's gonna come in and release the same house you got under a lease, okay, for different terms, preferably higher terms. All right, so going back to the scenario, you put down 3%, 2,400 on an 80K, 3.2. That's you. Okay. Talk to the landlord. You ask him about subleasing it. Okay. You ask him about subleasing. You guys agree to subleasing. All right. Don't have me talk to your landlord. You have to talk to your landlord about that yourself. Okay. All right. Sublease it. He says, okay, cool, you can sublease it. Now you find somebody else to sublease it to. All right. Now this is how you do that. You go. You find your person. You got your person. Good. We'll talk about the depths of where these people are and how do you get to them later, but let's just focus on subleasing. Alright. So now that you got that person willing to release it, right? While you just have control of it and you're not even the owner technically, because you still got the owner on one end. Okay? So now you go out and you find someone, rent to own, you advertise that, find someone who wants to own a home through financing. Okay? And you take their hand and you say, you sell the house now for $100K. The same 3.2. Alright, and then you ask for 5% down, 5 to 8% down. Right? But let's just say, normally on a contract for deed, things are a little bit higher anyway. And if you find a family with the cash, which you will, especially around, tax time or even before then, it's all different types of situations out there. So you find them, right? And so let's just go at 8% of 100K. It's eight grand, okay? So here we got the same 3.2 block home. Same 3.2 block that you got for 80K. Now you're releasing it for 100K, and you're getting your tenant to put down 8%, and you only put down this 2,400. Okay, so you're gonna take the 2,400 out of this 8, and that's gonna be your profit. Okay, and on top of that, now you're charging these guys a little bit higher than what you owe the landlord. So instead of charging them $800, of course, just like what the landlord wants from you, we're gonna go ahead and charge them $1,000. We're gonna charge them $1,000 even. Okay, I'm gonna charge them $1,000 even. So that way now You didn't need any credit for that. You didn't need any cash for that. You just needed a little know-how and creativity. And of course, you need to let your landlord know, okay, you're gonna go up under these terms. If you don't, then what's gonna happen off the bat is things are gonna go downhill. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to do anything behind your landlord's back. And for actual paperwork on this, you want to make sure you consult with a real estate attorney. These guys, they'll help you out. They'll give you the paperwork. I mean, you can find this paperwork. You can get this paperwork from me. I have it. I can just email it to you for free. And that's pretty much it, guys. This real property engagements, again, logging in and logging right back out, going over 2 ways to make money fast in the real estate game, not real estate game in your state. All right, no matter where you at. All right, I'll talk about things that can transpire anywhere, not just in one place. All right, and going back over it again, wholesaling. All right, so many different videos on YouTube about it, so many different books about it, and subleasing. Okay, so both of these 2 ways are 2 different options. You can jump in right away and be effective. All right, make some cash without credit or without actual money in the bank. All right, and just a little know-how. All right. I explained one situation of a wholesaler going ahead and making just $10,000 off of a wholesale deal, and I explained another situation with a sublease option, where a person gets a property up under a lease, gains that control over it, all right, and then releases it to someone else for higher terms, all right, and making a spread in the middle. But either way it goes, you're still dealing with a property that still has that equity left in the deal. So that's always the case, all right. You still want to search for that property that you can still put that extra 10 on, or put that extra 15K on or 20K on to the end when you do sublease it to someone else, because in the end they're going to be buying it for more, right? And they're going to be putting down more in the beginning. So you're going to make money right away, and you're going to make money passive income, and ultimately you're selling it for more than what it was sold to you for. So check in with me, y'all. Like I say all the time, this is a commitment, oath, and obligation for me to you. And make sure you subscribe to my channel and continue to follow me and get some nice real estate content and some nice schemes for beginners, for people who are just starting out, and some more love and peace. So check out, guys.